Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sideline Report podcast, another episode. And today we're going to be going over all the divisions in the NFL. Not all the divisions. We're going over the AFC East today as our first division. It's going to be a 8-part series. We're going to go over each division. It might be like a little 8-minute, 10-minute vid, but not very long about each division. So AFC East is the first up.
Got the Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, and Jets.
So we're just going to go through our predictions from the fourth team, the third team, the second team, and the first team, and that's basically it. And then give you a little insight about each team. So coming in fourth place, I think it's the Jets.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Jets take fourth.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's a way the Jets don't come in fourth because these other three teams are they're decent at the worst. None of these teams are bad other than the Jets in this division. And I think Zach Wilson is going to get this team some more wins. I think maybe one or two more because they didn't really add anyone except for Zach Wilson and Corey Davis. But they're still a bad team.
I got the Jets winning like 4 or 5 games this year because they're in the rebuilding process and they got a young team. But this team isn't that good at it, or it's not great or anything. So they're obviously not better than any of the other teams in this division. So I'm coming in fourth.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way the Jets don't come in fourth, except if Zach Wilson comes out and plays like Patrick Mahomes. That's the only reason that's the only chance they have to not come in fourth.
I think Zach Wilson has a good year, but still, this team is just not good enough.
Yeah.
Especially the defense.
Yeah, no chance. This defense is a mess. Quinnen Williams is a nice young spot. Marcus May is pretty good, but other than that, you look at this defense and you're like, what is going on with this team?
Yeah, it's a young team that's rebuilding. So.
Yeah, and so far they're in the right step with picking Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I like that pick at number 2.
All right, moving on. Third place.
Team, I got the New England Patriots here, getting third place. And Cam Newton's probably going to start the year. Definitely going to start the year. And I really don't like them. But they got some more weapons for Newton and Jones this year. You got 2 tight ends. You got Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. And then you got Aguilar. So they made some and they got a pretty good running back game. You got Damian Harris, who I think will have a good year.
Mm-hmm. And I think with them adding the 2 tight ends, Belichick's got an idea and he knows what he wants to do, what formation he's going to run the season with the 2 tight ends, because these are 2 good tight ends. You can argue 2 top 10 tight ends. I think Hunter Henry is. You could argue for Jonnu Smith. I don't know if he's there.
Jonnu Smith is right up there.
Yeah, 2 top 10 tight ends on one team. So when you look at that, obviously Bill Belichick's got an idea and he wants to make it happen this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty good defense here too. Obviously, great corners, which is definitely a huge strength for them. You got Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, and Jonathan Jackson. Or Jonathan Jones.
Yeah, Jonathan Jones. I also like the additions they made at wide receiver, added Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. I think that's going to help out a lot. Also, N'Keal Harry, some weird stuff going on with him. He requested a trade or said he wanted to get traded or something. I don't know. I think you kind of have to be a decent player to request a trade. Yeah. That dude hasn't not done a thing. So
he sucked last year. And I like the addition of Nelson Aguilar. He was great for the Raiders last year. Underrated wide receiver because he got so much hate in Philly. But he had a good year last year, and I think that'll provide for the Patriots again this year.
I really like Kendrick Bourne too. This dude was a little bit overshadowed by over the past few years by Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, but Kendrick Bourne I think has a lot of potential to not be number 1 guy, but the dude's a pretty good number 3 receiver on most teams. So Kendrick Bourne could be solid for them.
Yeah. I think probably Newton will probably play a little bit. I don't think he's going to do that good, and I think Jones will come in.
Mm-hmm.
Make it. And I don't really know. I don't know if Mac Jones is going to be good or not. I don't have that much confidence in him. Yeah. But you never know. They got pretty good weapons this year. Not great, but they added some guys. So
Yeah.
I like this team, but this is a pretty good division, and I'm coming in third with I'm gonna go 7 to 9 wins in that. They're in that category to me.
Yeah, definitely. And again, like we talked about with the Jets, and a step in the right direction for the Patriots, a team that was rebuilding, but it only took them like a year or two. I think this rebuild is going to be a short one because a great front office the Patriots have. So 1 or 2 years, this team's going to be contending in the top of the division again with the Bills and Dolphins.
They really had a great team. They had a really good team. It's just with Brady leaving, so they weren't left with a terrible team. They still had a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They got some stars over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I expect them to be in that average category, 7 to 9 wins.
Yeah.
And third place.
All right, let's move on to
years.
Let's move on to the Dolphins. So second place, I got the Dolphins.
I agree with you. I think the Dolphins definitely a young team, really young team with a really good defense. And Tua, if he can figure it out, this Dolphins team could be really good.
I agree.
Yep.
When you look at this Dolphins team, the first thing that comes to mind is either the weapons that they have now or the corners that this team has in Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. Either one could be the strong suit of this team. I personally go corners, but this team's got a ton of weapons. Adding Will Fuller, having Devontae Parker, Kakeem Grant, Jalen
Waddle from the draft.
Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. I mean, all over the field, you got weapons, and Tua doesn't. Tua's got no excuse to be a good quarterback this season with what he has. I mean, no excuse for Tua if he doesn't play well.
Tua's got it all in front of him, He's got Gaskin, who I think will have a pretty good year this year. Got hurt last year, but he did play pretty good while he was on the field. And it all comes up to Tua. This team was good last year. Their defense I really liked, and I think their defense will be pretty good again. And I got them coming in second with I'm gonna go 9 to 10 wins. I think they're a pretty good team, and they're a pretty good division. But I could see a team like the Patriots or even the Jets taking a game from them.
Yeah.
And obviously the Bills.
I think the Dolphins could contend with the Bills at the top of this division. I think the Dolphins are a wild card team. This team's just good. They got great players. This defense is solid. The offense is really good. It really, really depends on what Tua's going to do this season. That's it.
Yeah. I really like this team. I think they're wild card contending. Maybe they can give the Bills a little bit of a race for the first place spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Yeah, I like them. They're a young team, and I think Tua plays good, then they'll be a really good team this year. All right, so we move on to our number 1 spot in the division. We all got the Buffalo Bills here.
Yeah.
Obviously, went to the AFC Championship last year. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen both had great years, so we're expecting Josh Allen to play great again. The defense, okay, but we saw what happened last year with that offense. It is so good. Stephon Diggs played amazing. And I think that the Bills, to me, are a 12 to 13 win team this year.
Yeah, I have them going 13-4. And when you look at this team, again, you just have a ton of weapons. And another guy that we haven't talked about yet on the Bills, Cole Beasley, coming off a career season last year, came out of nowhere, kind of. When you look at this team, the receivers after Diggs kind of fall off, but then Beasley came up big. So you have a pretty good 1-2 punch in Beasley and Diggs. Third guy.
Yeah, third. Last year, they had John Brown. This year he's gone. But he was a good number 3 wide receiver for them.
Yeah, he was good last year.
I don't like their run game at all.
Yeah.
But, we saw what they did last year, and I think that they could definitely replicate that. I hope Josh Allen has a great year again. But honestly, I feel like he's going to drop off a little bit this year, and he's not going to play to that's where he was last year. That's my prediction.
I can see that. But I like Zach Moss a lot as a backup. I think Zach Moss is better than Devin Singletary. If Zach Moss, I think by the end of the year, will be the number one running back, and Devin Singletary will end up being number 2. Yeah, that's my prediction.
All right. Well, that's I guess that's the. You guys don't have anything else to say about this division?
Nope.
All these teams, good young teams that will definitely be getting better throughout more years. And that's a wrap up of the video.
Yep, AFC East. Thank you all for watching. Adios.